record. Hello, hello, hello. Okay, we're gonna go down here. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Coming to you from the big blue house in the middle of nowhere. This is Paranormal Adventures with your host Sean.
And
And
Crystal.
hey,
Hey.
so I think we've got kind of an interesting episode to bring everybody today.
Yeah, I think so. So it's going to be over Sirens, which the it's not what you think. I was actually kind of shocked myself. I didn't know that.
And
And
also the dinosaurs of Papua New Guinea.
I didn't know anything about that, so I'm kind of
I've
excited
also
to
heard it.
hear that.
I've also heard it called Papu.
Papua New Guinea?
Yeah, because it's P-A-P-U,
Papoose.
P-A-P-U-A, Papu.
Yeah,
So anyway,
Papua New Guinea.
yep. So we'll talk about a couple of the
Hey,
dinosaurs.
Deanne.
Anyway, you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready to get started.
You did more of the research on the
Sirens? Yeah, I did. I read, and I'll read this on my phone too, but okay, so it's blowing my mind because I've always thought of the sirens as a mermaid or like a really mean badass mermaid, that like drags sailors down and kills them.
Well, wasn't there that show that was called Sirens?
Yeah,
That was about mermaids?
and it was about mermaids. But get this, y'all. Sirens had nothing to do with mermaids. It was like an avian legend, which, if anybody knows what aviation, it's birds. So they were basically saying these were like women that had wings and they were bird-like, and there's a lot of descriptions of it. And that floored me because I always thought of sirens as a mermaid. And what happened was later on, as legends kept going and passed down and down, I think it was by like the 8th century, that's when the whole mermaid thing came about. But before that, sirens were considered bird-like women that preyed upon unsuspecting men, and they would sing to them and then swoop down, get them, and. Anyway.
Your dog's barking.
I know. Y'all probably won't even be able to hear Annabelle in the background. She's in her room back there.
Anyway, I thought that was kind of crazy that they were.
Yeah.
But if you
it
think
makes sense though.
Anyway, what I was about to say was that it kind of, you think about sirens and singing.
Yeah.
And drawing people in. Well, to me, it would be hard for a mermaid to sing because they're underwater.
Yeah. Of course, Ariel can sing The Little Mermaid.
Well, that's a cartoon.
I know.
But
they could like swim up on a rock and be like, oh.
When I think of singing, I think of birds.
I know, I do too. I'm just joking around. Anyway, so do you want me to read what I have so I can kind of get into the siren whole mythology thing?
It's up to you.
I was going to go ahead and go with it. And then you're going to bring us the Papua New Guinea dinosaurs?
Yes, we discussed this.
Okay, so the siren mythology, okay, it says in Greek mythology, sirens, ancient Greek singular, are female human-like beings with alluring voices. They appear in a scene in the Odyssey in which Odysseus saves his crew's lives. Roman poets placed them on some small islands called Sirionum Scupuli. In some later rationalized traditions, the literal geography of the flowery island of Anthemosa or Anthemusa is fixed sometimes on Cape Pilorum and at others in the islands known as the Sirens near Paestum, or in Capri. All such locations were surrounded by cliffs and rocks. So, and then It's like this crazy statue, but it's basically a woman that looks like a bird and has like bird legs and wings. But I don't know. There's probably going to be a glare, so
I can't see that.
I'll put that on Facebook. Sirens continue to be used as a symbol of dangerous temptation embodied by women regularly throughout Christian art of the medieval era. Siren can also be used as a slang term for a woman considered both very attractive and dangerous.
so
would that be me?
Yeah, they're talking about somebody like you. Somebody like you.
These are some weird pictures, and see, there's another bird depiction. I'll show you.
Okay.
And I'll put some of these on our Facebook page.
There's a reason that they call a group of women a group of hens.
Really? Really?
Okay. Continue, please.
The etymology of the name is contested. Robert S.P. Beeks has suggested a pre-Greek origin. Others connect the name to... I cannot read Greek, y'all, so... it says one who binds or entangles through magic song. So basically they use their song as a kind of magic to entrap men. This could be connected to the famous scene of Odysseus being bound to the mast of his ship to resist their song. Sirens were later often used as a synonym for mermaids and portrayed with upper human bodies and fish tails. This combination became iconic in the medieval period. The circumstances leading to the commoning, involve the treatments of sirens in the medieval. I can't read that. I'm sorry, guys. Some of these words.
Are you struggling?
Yes, I am, because it's Greek. As well as textually in translations from Latin to vulgar languages, as described below. Iconography. Okay, this is where it's going to talk about what blew my mind, because I always thought it was mermaids, but it says the sirens of Greek mythology first appeared in Homer's Odyssey, where Homer did not provide any physical descriptions, and their visual appearance was left to the reader's imagination. By the 7th century BC, sirens were regularly depicted in art as human-headed birds.
It seems like that they would be very unaerodynamic with human heads.
Yeah. It says Apollonius of Rhodes in Agronautica, 3rd century BC, described the sirens in writing as part woman and part bird. They may have been influenced by the Baybird of Egyptian religion. And I don't know if you remember seeing those on some of the ancient aliens, but they were basically, the Egyptians drew a lot of these bird type people, and they were called Baybird, and it was part of the Egyptian religion. In early Greek art, the sirens were generally represented as large birds with women's heads, bird feathers, and scaly feet. Later depictions shifted to show sirens with human upper bodies and bird legs, with or without wings. They were often shown playing a variety of musical instruments, especially the lyre, the kithara, and the aulos. The 10th century Byzantine dictionary Suda stated that sirens had the form of sparrows from their chest up, and below they were women, or that they were little birds with women's faces.
You know what it's making me think about?
What?
Uh, that show, The Alien.
Alien.
There's a show, a newer show. I think it's only had 2, maybe 3 seasons.
That one that you were watching
Yeah.
about the alien or whatever.
Resident
Alien.
His girlfriend was an avian.
Oh, really?
She looked like a bird.
And she was, you said, an avian?
Yeah, and she talked and all that, and
Oh, that's interesting.
she was a bird.
So she was like, she was kind of a siren then.
Hey, he fell in love with her anyway.
Originally, sirens were shown as male or female, but the male siren disappeared from art around the 5th century BC. So that's kind of interesting. And then it said early siren mermaids. This is a miniature illustration of a siren enticing sailors who try to resist her from an English bestiary. Some surviving classical period examples had already depicted the siren as mermaid-like. The sirens are described as mermaids or tritonesses in examples dating to the 3rd century BC, including an earthenware bowl found in Athens and a terracotta oil lamp possibly from the Roman period.
See, an avian.
Oh, that's cool. We ought to take a picture. Or, you can send that to me, and I'll post it on our Facebook page. The first known literary attestation. Good grief, these words tonight. It says siren as a mermaid appeared in the Anglo-Latin catalog, where it says that sirens were sea girls with the body of a maiden but half scaly fish's tails. So that's when like the whole mermaid thing came about. But before that, it was all like avians, like they were bird-like women. So that blew my mind because I never heard that before. That, you know, as a kid or fables, you think of a siren as a mermaid. So that kind of blew my mind that they were bird women. Oh no, it says like some classical literature, list of sirens. I can read some of that too if you want. What? You seem so tired tonight.
I worked all day.
I know. And we just ate dinner too. But, let's see. Family tree. Although a Sophocles fragment marks, I don't know. All this is, these words.
I would stop with the words.
I don't know how, though, because to read this, when sirens are named, they are usually as daughters of the river god Achilles, either by the muse Tepiscor, Melpomene, or Calliope. I don't know. It's just talking about a lot of the mythology, babe, and I can't get around that because they're all like Greek or Roman. So it's all like, it's basically talking about Homer's Odyssey. Have you read that before? The Odyssey?
I know of it.
Yeah, the Odyssey is really interesting. I remember having to read the Odyssey, and that was pretty cool. Because they the siren started luring like his crew, but he tied himself to the mast. But he ended up on the Isle of Circe, though. Not Circe, Arkansas, but the Isle of Circe. Circe. So, anyway, I guess that's going to be kind of hard to get into some of that because of the mythology, but it's kind of interesting, though, and that's about the time period that it really started showing up was when the Odyssey was written, so.
Yeah, that's right.
Yes.
Thank you.
Do you want me to keep going with some of that, or that was basically what kind of interested me was that they were more like bird women than mermaids. Because, like I said, I hadn't heard that before. That was new to me.
Give
So,
me the other one. That one's got stuff all over it. Thank you.
so,
Anyway,
so anyway, or I could try to
yeah.
pull up some more. Uh, Let me see
Okay.
what I can find. That was what I did read. Yeah, there's that show you were talking about. Didn't we watch Sirens for a little while?
Some of it.
It's kind of different.
It was weird.
This one might be a little bit easier.
Where did you find it? What's the website?
It is Siren Greek Mythology. That's all it says. By Britannica. So, oh, that's kind of pretty. I'll have to get some of these pictures and post for y'all, but it basically says Morning Siren limestone statue with red and white pigment, 350 to 300 BCE. It's actually really pretty. Uh, let's see. I don't know what happened with that. There we go. Siren in Greek mythology, a creature half bird and half woman who lured sailors to destruction by the sweetness of her song. According to Homer, there were two sirens on an island and in the western sea between Aea and the rocks of Celia. Later, the number was usually increased to three, and they were located on the west coast of Italy near Naples. They were variously said to be the daughters of the sea god Phorcys or of the river god Achilles by one of the muses. So, hey, just come on, let's get on with
Your
it.
dog is.
I know
carrying
she's
on.
barking.
She's driving me crazy.
Well,
Anything else you want to do on them?
I think that's pretty well it. I mean, they were just, like I said, it wasn't like what I thought it was, so it's kind of interesting to me, but I can see that. So,
Okay, she's driving me crazy.
pause it.
Anyway.
Alright, we're back. We had to get a new little newbie dog settled down a little bit in her box.
She was really getting on my nerves. So.
Well,
anyway.
dogs bark. Y'all know that have dogs. But Papua New Guinea.
So this is something that's kind of interested me for. It caught my attention. And I've been kind of like a dog with a bone, kind of. This is kind of neat. So, Papua New Guinea is actually like the second largest island in the world.
That's really interesting.
And they say there's being the second largest island in the world. It's said to have 11 billion people.
That's a lot of people.
Actually, it's not that many, considering like it's.
How big of an island is it?
I can't get my words out. They don't know for sure how many people are on the island because there are 40 unreached tribes.
Oh, wow.
There's 40 unreached tribes in the country.
Huh.
And the country has roughly 840 different languages.
Wow.
So,
that's kind of crazy.
That's one of the most diverse countries there is
Maybe you can tell us where it's located and how big it is. Wasn't Papua New Guinea? Wasn't that where oh the female pilot Amelia Earhart, didn't she stop there to fuel up her plane?
I don't
Briefly, I'm thinking
think
she stopped briefly there, and that was before she disappeared. But
Yeah.
she went to that island, I want to say, to refuel, and they were going to do some things. And that was her last stop before they disappeared.
So
Her crash disappeared.
Papua New Guinea is 462,840 square kilometers,
Huh.
which in American is 178,700 square miles.
Huh.
The country's land area, that's just, all the islands and everything together.
Combined.
Total land area is 452,860 square kilometers, or 174,850 square miles.
Oh, that's interesting.
So, and I didn't look up where exactly it's located, so I'll do that real quick.
Okay. Yeah, I was just kind of curious because I'm thinking it's down around South America somewhere. If it's, I do want to say that Amelia Earhart had stopped there, if I remember right from watching a documentary about her, which was kind of neat. Cause
Papua New Guinea is an island country in the southwestern Pacific Ocean, located in Oceania, comprising the eastern half of the island of New Guinea and numerous smaller islands. It is north of Australia, with which it shares a maritime border and borders Indonesia to the west. The country is to the southern and eastern hemisphere of the earth. So
that's good.
But anyway, so there are reports of dinosaurs still living there, or still living, located in Papua New Guinea.
Yeah.
I've heard it said Papua New Guinea or Papua New Guinea.
Yeah.
Because it's spelled Papua.
Yeah.
So I've heard it said two different ways.
Yeah.
But it also, it's really, with as large of a island and series of islands Papua New Guinea is.
Yeah.
It's really sparse. It doesn't have just a whole lot of. There's people. They're like all spread out.
Yeah.
Like I said, there's 40 untouched tribes in this country.
Yeah.
They're basically isolated amongst each other.
Yeah.
And
so it would make sense that there might be some dinosaurs roaming around in such a big island.
Scientists claim that there are thousands of undocumented creatures in Papua New Guinea.
Oh wow, interesting.
So that's a place where if you're a scientist and you're gonna go find a new species, that's where you're gonna go find it. So one of them that I thought was pretty neat was called a roping. So a few of the little notes I made on the roping, it's similar to a pterosaur, which she's looking at Russ, which is like a pterodactyl kind of creature.
And I've heard of those sightings of those in other places too, because they're like a bird.
I've heard of them sighted like in the southwest United States.
Yeah.
But the roping is believed to be nocturnal. uh, and it's possible that it is bioluminescent. You know what that is?
Yeah, it's like
It,
sometimes there's ocean creatures that have like a bioluminescence
it,
that are in
it
the
kind of glows in the dark.
yes, down in the depths of the ocean where it's really dark. So
Uh,
yeah, the bioluminescence.
they claim that the main food source is fish and human flesh. They're said to be seen in cemeteries
Ooh.
because they're getting to the
Ooh,
bodies.
that's gross.
But the wingspan, uh, one report I heard was, I don't know how they figured it up because they saw it flying, but they said the wingspan was 29 feet.
Yeah.
Like, how do you know it's 29 feet? It could be 30 feet or 20 feet. But anyway, uh, the wingspan is said to be anywhere between 12 and 100 feet.
Yeah. That's a big wingspan for
So,
sure. That's an interesting picture. We'll have to post some of these on our page for y'all to look at. I usually try to do that. That way, the things we're seeing and pulling up, then you guys will be able to see on our page, which is Paranormal Adventures with Sean and Crystal on Facebook.
the from cryptidindex.com, sightings and reports. Sightings of the Ropen have been reported for generations by the indigenous people of Papua New Guinea, particularly on the island of Umboe and New Britain.
Hmm.
Local traditions often regard the Ropen as a spiritual being, associating it with the spirits of the dead or as a harbinger of doom, which I can see it, them thinking of it as uh, associating it with the spirits of the dead because there's been claims of it being seen in cemeteries.
Yeah.
In recent decades, reports of the Ropen have attracted international attention. In the 90s and early 2000s, Western researchers and missionaries visited Papua New Guinea to investigate the phenomenon. Several witnesses described encountering a large flying creature, with some claiming to have seen it from illuminate glowing from the night sky as it hunted for fish and scavenged for carrion. So, yeah, that, I mean, it's been seen throughout the years, but actually having a specimen
Yeah.
now, nobody has been able to have. There's been really no specimen at all.
Yeah. Just like there's a lot of Bigfoot sightings, but supposedly no specimen.
Yeah,
Although I say because you never know what the government might have,
Men
but
in
they'll
Black is
tell
a
it.
Bigfoot.
Yeah, the Men in Black, or they cover it up. Oh no, there's no Bigfoot.
Uh,
We all know better.
another another one that I've come across is the New Guinea iguanodon.
Iguanodon.
It's basically a dinosaur.
Yeah, the
Uh,
iguanodon.
in 1999, the independent newspaper of PNG reported that a dinosaur-like reptile was seen on two occasions in Lake Murray area in Western Province It was on December 11th, 1999, when villagers traveling in a canoe reported seeing a large animal wading in shallow water near Boboa. The following day, a Seventh-day Adventist pastor and a church elder said they saw the animal not far from the first sighting. The creature was described as having a body as long as a dump truck and was as wide as nearly 2 meters or 7 feet. Spotted, it sported a long neck and long slender tail and was walking on two hind legs as thick as coconut palm tree trunks, with two similar forelegs in front. And the head was similar to the shape of a cow's head, with large eyes, sharp teeth as long as fingers. The skin was likened to that of a crocodile, and the creature had largish triangular scoops on its back. So this comes from a website, cryptids.fandom.com. So
Well, that's interesting that there's stuff like that running around.
yeah, that's kind of.
The pterodactyl type dinosaur, I am, where I'd believe that because, they're not going to die in the flood or anything because they can fly. And they've seen them, like you said, in southwest United States as well as Mexico, too. There's been sightings of that pterodactyl type bird.
Yeah.
And also the thunderbird, too.
True.
Which has a huge wingspan.
That would make sense with it being a thunderbird, a thunderbird being a rope-in, because I mean it does say that the wingspan could be anywhere from 12 to 100 feet.
Yeah, and they said them thunderbirds are huge.
Imagine a 100-foot wingspan, a bird with a 100-foot wingspan.
Oh yeah,
that sucker's gonna do some damage.
You think the Sirens bad? Just run into the Thunderbird.
Imagine a
siren riding a Thunderbird.
No, the siren being a Thunderbird.
Oh goodness!
It's a woman's head on a Thunderbird body. Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Anyway, so with that said, I've got one more I kind of want to talk about. This critter is kind of interesting looking.
Okay.
So it's
Kaimunu.
Yeah, we'll go with that. It's Kaiaimunu.
Yeah, Kaimunu.
So it walks on two legs. It's got a long neck, and obviously it'll have a long tail too.
Yeah. It looks kind of like a brontosaurus walking on its hind legs from that
But
picture.
it's got arms that have long claws.
So it's kind of like a brontosaurus with T-Rex arms.
But it's got long claws, like massive long claws.
Yeah.
So it's kind of weird looking.
Yeah, it is weird looking.
Like
I said, I will have to get these pictures and post for y'all to look at too later, so you'll see what we were talking about.
So this comes from the same website as the last one. This is an excerpt written on creation.com by Brian Irwin. The author is an Australian who recently visited Papua New Guinea, meeting up with residents of West New Britain who told him of two dinosaur-like creatures they have seen in the area. Here is his account.
Okay.
Since the 90s, a large reptilian creature has been sighted occasionally on Abungi Island in
Mm.
West New Britain, Papua New Guinea. Uh, the island is located on the south coast of West New Britain between Kendrian and Gusmata. The creature has also been sighted on Elagi Island, about 1 kilometer to the south of Ambungi Island. I'm having issues with my words too.
We
Thank
both
you.
did. We picked some topics that had some hard words.
Uh, interview with a young man of Ambungi Island, Robert, who sighted the creature around 2005 2006. The creature was also sighted at the same time by Tony Avil, who was not on Ambungi Island when he saw when I was there. Robert does not speak English, so the interpreter was used to translate Pidgin to English. This is giving me a headache. The creature was described as having a long tail and long neck and was 10 to 15 meters in length with an appearance very like a very large wallaby and having a head like a turtle's head.
That's strange.
It walked slowly on two legs and had smooth, shiny brown skin. The top of the head was estimated to be as high as a house, and the underbelly of the creature was as high as an adult.
There's no telling what's out there. I mean, because there's so much that has not been discovered yet.
You know, yeah, it's like I was saying earlier. You know, with this island, there's thousands of species that haven't been
Documented.
documented.
Yeah.
There's no telling how many. It says 40 untouched tribes.
Yeah.
How many people are in each tribe? We don't know because they're untouched.
Right.
And there that could be hundreds of people that have never seen a person outside their village.
Yeah, that's true. I mean,
So
there's so many places in this world that haven't been really, discovered or messed with or documented.
So we even having people that are untouched or unseen by I I want to say modern humans, but they a lot of these tribes are basically bamboo houses with dirt floors.
Yeah.
Compared to what we live in here.
Yeah, it's third world lifestyle.
No running water or anything like that. So, I mean, could there be dinosaurs out there that we don't know about?
Possibly.
I think there might be because they're,
Well, I think things were still around even if you look at literature back during medieval times. Okay? If you look at Great Britain, there were many, many stories and legends about dragons. In Asia, dragons are revered. They have parades where they dress up like dragons and they believe in them. So, I mean, to me, so many sightings around the world. I'm sure there's something out there, whether they're dinosaurs, dragons, large reptiles. There's something going on for so many cultures to have stories and legends. about that.
What you talk about things being called dragons. The you know we we nowadays are like, oh, there's no such thing as dragons.
Yeah,
The
yeah.
dragons aren't real. The term dinosaur. Do you know when it was coined? In 1840.
Hmm.
So the term dinosaur was
Yeah,
not known before 1840.
yeah.
So what did they call these creatures before then?
Probably dragons.
Dragons.
That's what I would think. Well, there's a species, a very large lizard, that is actually called a Komodo dragon, which I think they're so cool. There's two baby ones at the Little Rock Zoo right now, and they're still fairly a good size, but they're just babies right now. But I think they're kind of neat, Komodo dragons.
But yeah. Uh, so
Yeah, there's a lot out there that we don't know and can explain. Think about whenever they just discovered the giant squid. People thought those were just those sea monsters, myths, legends, stories, like the 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea. But it was true. When they found that giant squid, then people were like, "Oh my goodness, it's real," you know.
yeah.
So I believe in the cryptid stuff. Which, by the way, are you gonna do your cryptid corner tonight?
I completely forgot about that. We might save that for next week
Okay.
because I'm pretty wiped out.
Yeah, we need to do these earlier if we can, or another time, another day.
Yeah.
We kind of got bogged down with Labor Day and family time and stuff, so we ended up doing it tonight instead. But and you're already yawning, so
Well, I've been yawning all during this thing.
I know.
So
I hope we didn't bore y'all too much. I hope it was as good as our other ones usually are. So we do appreciate each and every one of y'all listening, and we try to bring a great episode each time. We really try to put a lot into it, so and a lot of thought into it. So
yeah.
our next one might just be surprise because we're not sure what we're going to do yet.
I was thinking. I thought you had an idea for one.
I can't remember it right at the
Okay.
moment, so
Yeah.
we'll bring it to y'all, and you'll just be surprised the
Yay!
next time.
Surprise.
But it'll be something over what we're into, either paranormal or aliens, or it'll be a crib one of them. So
Yeah. Anyway.
we'll just surprise you guys.
I think I'm about ready to wind this thing down and head to
Yeah.
the bedroom.
Well, good night, y'all, and have a great rest of your week and a good weekend ahead.
Yay!
Later.
Bye.
Yeah, it's 8:41.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna leave her in here for a minute so you can get upstairs. I'll take